Hello, this is James with Course Creation Studio. Hope you're having a great day. So, once you've decided on a niche and the topic that you want to teach on, how do you know what content to add to your course? We're going to cover that today. Let's get started. So, today we're going to talk about how to design a course that sells. You've already done some market research at this point. You've already validated your course idea either with Google or Amazon, but how do you know exactly what people want? One of the biggest problems in course creation and online content is spending a lot of time and money on a course that nobody is asking for. So today we're going to solve that problem. Most of this content is from Ultimate Course Formula. It's an audiobook I listen to. I'll put a link in the show notes for you to follow along. And in this course, it tells you the questions to ask people to get a positive response for content. So you got to do market research. There's no way around it. But don't think about it as, oh, market research, I have to write a research paper. Think about it as like treasure hunting. You're looking for the golden nuggets. You're looking for what people want and need to help them over the issue or problem that you're having. So there is a good amount of work you can do virtually with Amazon and YouTube and Google to find out if your topic is a valid topic. But when it comes down to it, the best research is talking to people who have this problem to solve or the goal that they want, this aspiration. So your goal then is to find 8 to 20 people in the target market in your niche that you can talk to. You want to have a conversation with them, a two-way conversation where you can look at them, hopefully over Zoom, and talk to them and see and listen to their conversation. You want to probe a little bit deeper and get to what is at the heart of their dreams, their frustrations, their problems. A big part of this is a relationship. Remember, if you've done any research about content and online classes and marketing in general, a big part of sales is trust. And if they're going to ever buy from you, they need to get to know you. Listening to somebody, asking them questions, building a relationship with them is one way to prove that you are a trustworthy person, that you get it. You understand what they're going through. The thing is, don't do this online. Don't email them the questions in advance. Don't coach them during the interview. You're asking them for your help. You're asking them for their support in doing an interview. If you start coaching them, it changes the relationship. So what you're going to want to do is set up a 15 to 20 minute meeting and ask 8 questions, thank them for their time, and then step out. We're trying to just build trust and build that we are interested in them. We're not interested in selling. This isn't a sales call. This isn't a bait and switch. This is a true, I'm interested in what you have to say. I want to learn about what real people are struggling with. Do the research, but don't do it with forms. You got to do this in person, just 8 to 20 people. The book recommends these 8 questions, and there's a purpose for each question that in the end, you're going to use it for content creation, for your marketing plan. In the book Ultimate Course Formula, Aman Igai has these beautiful questions that get to the heart of everything you need. The answer to these questions can help you understand your customer better, the people, the problems that they're having, the frustrations that they're having, the challenges that they're having. It can help you write your sales page. It can help you write your social media and your course content, of which is what this post is about. So there's 8 questions from the book Ultimate Course Formula that I thought was fantastic. So in your live conversations with people where you can hopefully see them, at least hear them, you ask these 8 questions, and you're not just asking the question, but you're also probing. You're just asking what else. So question number 1, when it comes to your topic, your niche topic, let's say it's anxiety for children, What's the biggest challenges you're facing? So if you're talking to a parent who has a child with anxiety going to school, you say, what are the challenges that you're facing? And they're going to tell you. They don't get up. They start crying when we drive up to the bus. They take 10 minutes to get out of the car. There's some sort of challenges there. And then you're going to ask, what else? You're looking for the biggest challenges, then you're looking for the other challenges. Then, when it comes to anxiety with kids going to school, what are the biggest fears you're facing? So, some of the fears might be I don't want to be judged by other people. I don't want them to fail. I don't want them to hate school. All these emotional fears. Then the next question is when it comes to your topic, what are the biggest frustrations you're facing? And then what else? Now, the difference between a fear and a challenge and a frustration is something you've already tried. So let's say you've tried some sort of parenting technique like pre-planning and talking through with the child to go into school and it didn't work. Or you plan some sort of reward or some sort of punishment and everything you try isn't working. That's a big frustration for dealing with an anxious child going into school. The next question is what do you want to learn about the topics? So they might say things like, well, I want to learn why they're anxious. I want to learn how to talk to them. I want to learn how to help my teachers deal with them. There's all sorts of things that they would want to know. And if you're talking to the right person in your niche, a dream client of yours, somebody that you can help, they're going to have all these things that they want to learn, and you're mentally checking them off your list. I can do that. I know how to do this. This fits. But you're also building content. This, what do you want to learn about the topic question? That's a topic building, that's a content building question. It's some of these answers could be whole chapters or whole courses or whole lessons in your course. If you have an 8-week course, one of these topics could be a lesson in your course. I'm saying it wrong, but I hope you understand what I mean. It's a gold mine. It's a treasure. These things are treasure pieces. There's 4 more questions. If you could get results from the things I can teach you about anxiety in children, or the benefit would be having less anxious kids or having confident kids, maybe, what would you hope happen? What are their hopes? And so instead of the fears, you're saying, what are their aspirations? They love reading, they make friends, they enjoy people, the mornings are peaceful, there's peace in the home. What are their dreams? What do they hope happen? And these are also things that you can use. This question here is you're looking for the benefits. You're looking for what they want, their dreams, their hopes. And in your marketing and in your content, this is what you would bring out, that I can help you get this dream. I can help you have peace in the home. I can help you get your child off to school. This question is key for content and for marketing. The next question is about supports. What would you like to see in a package that makes you feel supported enough to get results? So they might want to say, a script. Maybe they need a script or a plan or milestones or how to talk to teachers. What would they need? This is also content building. So if they say they need some one-on-one counseling or coaching, that is something you might consider adding to your package. I definitely need to talk to somebody for 3 months. I need a plan on how to do this. Then I need 3 months of coaching to enact the plan, to make sure I'm doing it right, to get us off on a good foundation, and then want follow-up visits once a month for 6 months. That's a huge content uh, content and support. Some topics might not need that level of support. Oh, I just need a worksheet, a check sheet, and a few templates. But that's all gold mine. These are things that you can build ahead of time or things that you can say in your marketing. Hey, when you complete this course, you're going to have a step-by-step plan to get your student off to school with fewer tears. I don't know if there's ever no tears, but with the fewer tears or no fight, calm morning going to school. For the parents struggling with that dream is something that they can hardly even imagine. So what do they need to get that to get there? What are the supports that they need? For me, people were asking about for course creation, it's programs. Like, what are the programs and equipment that I need to make my course? That's something that there's a lot of choices out there. So they just want somebody to show them the path. But that's not an 8 week individual coaching session. That's a handout or a blog post or a mini course inside the course. So this type of thing, the more attention that they need, the more supports they need, the more personal attention they need, the more you can charge. And that would go to the next question. If I was giving you they in the question before, they have described the product that they want. They describe the amount of support they want, the results they want. Just keep probing. What else do you need? What else do you need? They describe what they want in that question. And so the next question, it leads them to, so what would you pay for that? What would you pay for that course? If you told them what you were offering and you told them the benefits and you said you were doing the sales and then you presented them with a price, they might not know exactly what they should charge. If they didn't think about what they needed and they didn't say, oh, I need some counseling or I need a process or I need a worksheet. If they didn't list all those things, the prices that people quote in this question could be wild, could be $50. When I did this questionnaire with some therapists, I didn't ask question, I think that's 6, correct? What would you like to see in a package? I didn't probe enough. And so they just mentioned 2 things that they needed. I didn't probe anymore. And when I asked this question, basically they said $20 to $100. Like, it was something very cheap, but it wasn't a full program. It wasn't something that could have gotten them the results that they wanted because they didn't probe deep enough in the previous question. So when you probe the question, when you probe the what do you need, then you get a better result for how much would you pay. And then the final one, if I decide to offer this course, the course that you described, would you be one of the first students to take this course from me? So you're talking about a pilot group or a boot camp group, your first group to take this course. Now, if you've knit, the answer to this question is going to determine if you have a good niche, if you're asking the right questions, if you're probing deep enough. If you get it 60% or higher saying yes, you would take the course, then you are in a good company. You're in the right direction for your right niche, the right supports, near the right price. You have a good indication that you are able to, this is something that is connecting with your core audience. That's connecting with the people. If you get fewer than 60%, and I'd have to go back and read the book, but I think it's around fewer than 60%, then you're in danger of releasing a course that your core audience doesn't want, and you're going to have to go back and refine your niche or refine the topic or maybe get a little more specific. Instead of just anxiety for school-age children, it could be anxiety for school-age children of single-parent homes going to school or some other market living. Yeah, there's a lot of different niches there that you could use. None of them are coming to mind. So there's a lot of different niches you could use to answer that question. If you're getting more no's than yeses, then go back and rework or workshop your niche and try again with more people. Now keep the yeses, because what you're going to tell the people is, okay, you said yes, you might buy it. I'm going to finish my research. And then you come back to them and add the program that you're creating and see if they would want to take that pilot course with you. So you got to find the right audience. How do you find that audience? The minimum is 8 people. You can do 20, or you can do even more than 20 if you have a good network or a good email list already. But you got to find 8 to 20 people. How do you find these people? Well, you can ask your friends. You can ask some people in the community. You can ask leaders. So if there's leaders who have a following, maybe your you know of a few people who have a Facebook group or they have an email list where they connect with people in your niche market. You can ask them if you can connect with 8 to 20 people on their list. You can post a posting to social media that says, hey, I'm doing some market research on this topic. I'd like to ask you 8 questions that takes 15 to 20 minutes. I'd appreciate your support. And that's all you put. That's what I did. And I got about 20 people to answer my research. And that was very helpful to me. So at the end of the interview, you can also ask them, hey, do you know somebody else? So if you are dealing with a parent, the anxious child parent, they probably know somebody else, or they might know a group of parents. So they're like, oh yeah, I've been going to this group. I've been going to this group because I'm so frustrated, and that I think I could get 6 or 7 people to answer with you. Now that would be wonderful. You might not always get that, but you don't know until you don't ask. So ask people if they know somebody, get a referral from that way. And that also builds trust. Remember, we're building trust here. People don't buy things from companies. They buy things from recommendations of other people. They buy things from people that they trust. We're building relationships. We're building trust. Now, if you can't get 8 to 20 people, unfortunately, you probably don't have a business making the course for income. You might want to make it for your own personal benefit, but if there aren't 8 to 20 interested people in what your niche, then there's a good possibility you're not going to make money on this course, and you got to go back and rework the niche. Finally, when you've done all your research, you consolidate it. Consolidate all the answers into a spreadsheet. Have the 8 questions listed and start recording people's answers. You can copy and paste or just make marks next to the questions or the answers, and then consolidate. And if you interviewed 8 people and 5 of them had the same frustration, put a 5 next to it. And this is going to help you notice what the hot button content is. What is the issues that they're very concerned about. And this client can be you can name them, you can call them their avatar and name them and give them a personality, give them a story. The person I'm trying to reach has this problem, this frustration, this dream. They want these results. I'm going to teach them these things and they would be happy to pay this amount. It's a way to develop a voice or a story for the person, your ideal client, your dream client, the client that you can get results for quickly with your superpower, your super skill. And so this file is you're going to use it for your marketing, for your sales copy, for your content page, everything that going forward is based off your research. Don't create a course without doing some market research. Remember, the Google Analytics and searching and Amazon from the worksheet, that's very good, very helpful. I wouldn't create a course without doing some of that research, but these personal conversations is what's going to set apart your course from the other courses. Many people don't do research and they don't know exactly what their people want or what they need. So do the research and they'll tell you what they want. So action steps over the next 4 hours over the next 7 days, or 4 hours over the next 14 days if you have trouble setting up interviews. Do some interviews. They take 15, 20 minutes. Try to do 8 to 20. Tell them about your topic, describe it in 2 to 3 words, share the topic online to get interviews or ask around, connect with market leaders, do those market research calls, and then consolidate your research into a client avatar or a dream client, somebody that you can make massive impact on with and who's interested in what you can do. Thanks for listening and or watching. I know you can do this. This work, it's work. There's no automatic silver bullet to creating an online income revenue, but the research is going to set you apart from the people who don't do the research, and you're going to have a much better time creating your content and reaching your people with the benefit that you can give them after you do the research.